Today I fucked up by not filling out a $2,000 questionnaire. This happened last month, but I realized what happened today. So, every year at my job we have open enrollment for insurance. During this process we get a questionnaire, a health assessment. It has questions like how many vegetables you eat a day, how many days a week you exercise, if you smoke, stuff like that. All you have to do is fill it out to get a discount on your insurance premiums. This year, I got a couple emails from HR saying open enrollment info. I didn't think anything of it because I'm not changing my insurance plan this year. Then I get an email, you missed out on your health assessment discount. I look back, and fuck me, all those emails I ignored were telling me to do the health assessment. Okay, no problem. My insurance will probably go up like $10 a week. Sucks, but I can deal with it. I got my paycheck on Friday and it was a whopping $50 less than normal. I looked into it today, my insurance went up $40 a week. Plus other taxes going up. $40 times 52 weeks is $2,080 I lost this year because I didn't tell my insurance company how many vegetables I eat a day. Fuck me. Too long didn't read, I didn't fill out an insurance questionnaire, and my insurance premiums went up $40 per week. Call your HR people. I made a similar mistake and almost ended up with a $10,000 bill for diabetes supplies. Edit, mine was not for open enrollment, but for a disease management program that is a real pain to be enrolled in. Worth it if it covers my $9,000 insulin pump and other supplies. LPT, even if you aren't changing insurance coverage, you should always go through open enrollment in case the company makes a change to the insurance coverage. Mine went from an $800 deductible with $400 deductible gift to a $1,000 deductible and a $250 deductible gift. Huge difference that I wouldn't have known if I didn't go through open enrollment manually. Absolutely this. In this process I also realized the plan I am on isn't so great anymore. Always review open enrollment. America is a weird place. WTH, what kind of form is that lol, that'd crazy specific, how are they gonna check if you lie? Would make a lot more sense to have a doctor appointment instead. Not top, but yearly health assessments are very common. You have to fill out the questionnaire online, by a given deadline. The company that administers the questionnaire is able to tell who did or did not complete the questionnaire. Second part that usually needs to be completed is biometrics. Again, a company comes to your work site at a specific date, they take your blood pressure and draw blood for cholesterol and blood sugar. You can get these done at your doctor's office, or at a place like LabCorp if you so choose. If you complete both, you will get a credit towards your medical the next plan year, which usually means a lower per pay deduction for medical on your paycheck. My work has a tobacco questionnaire, that if you don't fill it out saying you smoke or don't smoke/use any tobacco products it goes up $10/paycheck. Luckily I know about it and do not smoke so I filled it out. Edit, it is $10/more a week if you use tobacco. Usually if you say you do smoke you can access free smoking cessation aids like Quitline and if you go through the program you still get the discount. Today I fucked up by having a spider in my shower and accidentally creating a gas chamber. This happened about 40 minutes ago. Also for context, I live in Australia, and have arachnophobia from a traumatic childhood experience involving floodwaters. As of tomorrow, I am going to be away from home, on an 8-day film shoot across the east coast of NSW. Each day is about a 14-hour day. Naturally, I decided to have a nice long relaxing shower before I left. About 4 minutes into my planned 25 minutes shower, I was midway through shampooing my hair when I felt something. Like a sixth sense, something ain't quite right here type of something. I look up above me, and to my horror, a black, 8-legged, piece of shit, shower ruining, house spider dropping down its web towards me via the air vent. Australian children are taught very young to stay away from spiders. It's common knowledge that the black ones can cause extreme pain, seizures, death, so I know my daycare teachers would be proud seeing my 6'2", 91 kilograms, naked male body glide through my sliding shower doors and onto the tile floor, covered in shampoo. They'd be extra proud of me, without thinking, grabbing the toxic insect spray, and proceeding to blast the shower and spider, with a fallout cloud that would rival the scene from T2, Judgment Day. They would not be proud of me, however, of being so paranoid about seeing the spider die, that I stood in the enclosed, steamy room, inhaling the fumes to see it. It wasn't until I realized my eyes were watering and I could smell a stinging sensation that I realized I had unintentionally gassed myself. So my naked, wet, bloodshot-eyed, dumbass attempted to run out of the bathroom, to escape dying via Aldi cheap bug spray. Attempted, because I then proceeded to trip over where the bathroom tile meets the kitchen tile, and promptly give myself a bloody nose. In the nude. I have checked the label and the poison assures me the symptoms I experienced are the worst it'll get. My nose is okay, the bleeding has stopped. And yes, the spider is dead. Too long didn't read, spider attacked. Sprayed poison in the shower. Poison got in my face, fell over and gave myself a blood nose attempting to escape. Edits. 1. I live off tank water, and being away for 8 days, I decided to have a longer shower than usual, because it'll fill up. I'm normally a 4 to 6 minutes guy. 2. Because people have asked, I've put in how I got my phobia in the comments. Humans, the spiders in Australia are crazy, they'll all kill you. Spiders, the Australians in Australia are crazy, they'll gas you and themselves both, then stand over you and watch as you both die. I think you would call that sixth sense a spidey sense. Don't even get me started on huntsmans. I know they're not dangerous, but the legs and the size and the legs. No tie. I'm an arachnophobe and I live in Melbourne, and Jesus Christ, huntsmans are the most terrifying spiders I've ever seen. I would genuinely prefer a tarantula. I'm afraid to go to NSW because of how big, and how everywhere the huntsmans were last time I went. They're stripy, and like, chunky. Just, good luck man, you're a braver soul than I. We're gonna have to hear that floodwaters story. I'm not up, but I have lived across the street from a large, tall grass field, and near cane fields. Certain types of spiders like to find their homes in grass and grass-adjacent fields, because they provide good cover from predators and themselves have a lot of food. The problem is, when these fields flood over in heavy rains, the spiders have to find shelter from the rain. And if you live next to that field, your shelter is their shelter. We had cane spiders, which are a totally harmless, but large and very fast spider, in that field. Whenever the fields would flood, they'd flee in droves, and it wasn't uncommon to just find several large spiders in unexpected places all at once during a flood. On the wall, inside your bath towel, crawling up your neck when you sleep. Wouldn't surprise me if OP has experienced similar, but being that it's Australia, with much more terrifying spiders. Today I fucked up by giving an old guy a shower. This actually did happen about 3 hours ago. So, I work at an assisted living place, like a nursing home, but we don't do anything medical. I give showers sometimes to those who need assistance, and tonight happened to be a particular male resident that enjoys flirting with all the women who work here. I got him sat down in the shower and washed him while listening to his little comments about me. Once we got done, I told him to grab a hold of his walker and get up so I could start getting him dried off and dressed for bed. He lifted his butt off the seat just a bit, then sat back down. Sometimes he can't get up on his feet the first try, so I thought, okay, let's try this again. He lifted up just a bit, then plopped back down saying ouch. I asked him what was wrong and he said something's pinching me. I told him, well, just stand up and whatever it is will quit. Assuming he had an ass hair stuck in a screw on the shower seat. He tried again and said ow ow ow. And I said, name, get up, hun, you're alright. He then said, my sack is hung, girl. And I just looked at him, puzzled. I peeked my head around under the seat and sure enough, his family jewels had made its way between the cracks of the shower seat and are hanging down, stuck. I walked my co-worker on floor with me tonight and we gathered tools to unscrew a board from the seat to set his nuts free. We tried and tried for over an hour. The entire time, the old man was just in a fit of laughter. We finally called our repairman to come down to the facility to help us. He arrived about 20 minutes later just smiling. I was drenched in sweat and at this point it got unfunny. I couldn't get this 94-year-old dude's balls unstuck. The repairman came in and unscrewed the board enough to where we could move it out of the way. We finally got him out and sat down on the toilet. Can't wipe himself, so I always have to. My god, his sack was swollen as big as a tomato. I finally got got him dressed for bed and all tucked in. This day will be burned into my memory forever. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Keep your giblets safe everyone and have a good night. Too long didn't read. Gave an old guy a shower and his testicles got stuck in the shower seat he was sitting on. So he flirts with you and then you play with his balls for an hour. Perfect TL doctor for this post. Time to get him a new shower seat with bigger holes or smaller. Huge props to you for working at an assisted living home. It's not an easy job. I have an old plastic seated chair in my kitchen that I've had for years. It's cracked, but I didn't care so long as it worked. Then one day, I sat down on it naked, day off, home alone, curtains pulled close, and got my sack pinched by a crack in the front of the seat. New chair the next day. I am an old guy and just spent 90 days in hospital and assisted living. TX to PT. Now home. I have the utmost respect for you folks who work in the assisted living environment. Thank you. RN. There said I spent years of my life and a bunch of money to qualify for a job that consists largely of staring at other people's assholes.